this tournament and not a singular map of split being played. So Envy, they have no film to go off of, no info, but they certainly have the frags. Envy on the front lines, already with a couple of frags back, and NRG, they get exposed over towards the A sites. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live with semifinals.
It starts off immediately as well. Envy just finding a kill a second into this round. Obviously, it's not done yet, but look, that info from the sky is already coming into play. That Trailblazer is going to be used to spot out one player over towards screens, and this has to be the beginning of something beautiful here at Mind. Because right now, they are being tagged out and can't even get out to take a fight or two.
Oh boy, in comes mummAy. As Som tries to, again, just try to do some sort of heroics.
Fortunately, the first victim for this, but look at this move from Envy. This is such a slow play by them, but I absolutely adore it. They're just going to be walking in through screens, making noise at just the last possible moment they need to. This is where those buckies can really shine, and you're going to see it reflect in the frags.
Wait a minute!
NRG. They pick up two in their favor. Everything has seemingly gone wrong here. Crashies, he has to go ahead and try to piece this round together. The bucky, not exactly great at that long range. Will allow Crashies to pick up another and get that spike down, Gus. It's going to be a Sky Mirror. The crack and the Seekers, excuse me, have come out to play.
Right, the Seekers are already out. And they already spot the man in heaven. So if anything, Crashies just has to wait for the drop. And indeed, there it goes around the corner. Infinite wins it out with only 22 HP. Again, because NRG, they keep liking to go aggressive.
Push has come out onto site. Envy, they can play the numbers game at this point, trade each other out. It's what has made them so successful in the NA scene so far. Their positions are wonderful, and you're going to see it good for 2 kills as they storm the site, get the spike down, and move into a very strong post plant. A nigh impossible situation for daps, might I add. A 1v4, it doesn't seem exactly favorable. However, anything can happen. But to go ahead and recap what we saw this round, it's like you mentioned, they had some really early A control, and I had a really big question mark heading into this round as well, because mummAy, as the obs will actually point out, has the operator in hand.
The entirety of Envy still making their way over towards the B site. There's only one on the lurk, and now in we go. Shanks has the updraft. He actually bumps his head on a little bit of a divot, and mummAy is there to take advantage too. Food and mummAy both with frags. That is so unfortunate for Shanks. I swear you could put a little bit of a bonk sound effect right as Shanks tried to go for the updraft, but it is what it is. NRG down to a 2-on-4, and Som, he's about to get flanked on from heaven, and there it is. One last player remaining. It's daps now in a 1v4. He's actually going to try to go for this potentially. A couple of frags here and there would really affect the economy for Envy.
Bring out that flash. Bring out the guiding light, and they maybe not for long.
Yeah, wonderfully done by daps. Going to get 1 kill. Going to stay disciplined. Group back with his team for the retake back. But oh my, Som, that's beautiful. Double kill for him. He gets one easily, but the second one with a spray transfer while full blind, he gets it back. Now it's a 2-on-3. This is Envy's tallest task. And Crashies, he's still on the front lines trying to help out. Som still has a third. Who other than Crashies, though, has a couple of flashes, and not only that, but the ulti, the Seekers, they're out to play. Has one on site. Not going to be able to get all that much info, but there you go.
He's not going to really be anywhere to be found, at least for another couple of seconds. A TP into the back of the site. The XQ is going to begin. Envy just waiting for that ice to maybe melt a little bit from the floor, and that will mark the beginning of a ton of kills. Kaboose finds the opener. Far from the last one here.
Oh, far from it. Got to give it up to the wide peaks again.
Crashies?
Envy. It's free real estate now for Envy here on site with nobody here for NRG. So again, NRG mostly booked around that mid side. When I talk about fast rotates, this is as fast as you can get. They're holding back the line. Still, Crashies, FNS, Food, all getting frags, but still restricted down to the 2-on-2. Crashes around the corner. Does know that there's one back over towards main, but the crossfire is set up for eeiu. That's massive, and now it's infinite. Still holding down the angle, and mummAy now with an operator down to a 1-on-2. Spike control is fully in the hands of NRG, but mummAy taking a little bit more of an alternate route. It could definitely get this initial kill onto infinite.
What a shot. He's able to move up almost free of charge and kind of split alongside his teammates. They're going to be seeing a very quick change of pace in from NRG, but it's not the pace change that they needed. Oh lord, this is such an
Whoa,
awkward
Caboose!
split already. Yeah, Envy are making it work. Caboose finds another one, Gus. What in the world is happening? NRG, they just can't get anything together as they're down 2 versus 5.
No, Envy, they still have one linchpin in the back, and that was eeiu. eeiu's only able to get one, though, and FNS with a quick frag back. And speaking of quick,
Defense and NRG now look to innovate. What a flash. Oh, God.
D flash, perfect timing, and even then, Caboose on the front line still has to hold down side. And D gonna be able to get one headshot onto
Unreal.
Infinite. Caboose going nuts. Oh, and is lonesome, waiting for players to walk out of this smoke.
You know, just feel things out for a while. They're already moving incredibly quick towards B Heaven, and so they're going to be rewarded for their efforts, or so I thought. A beautiful blinding light allows them to pick up one, but it's traded out quickly.
Watch out, mummAy on the front lines. Massive taking down Shanks. Looking away at the perfect time for the flash, but he still has to counteract even more. Goes all the way back and stays disciplined. He can now play up with his teammate over towards B. As, again, with such a beautiful angle now, is Caboose just watching for the crosses. No smokes in B main either. Or, I'm sorry, back over towards spawn. As Infinite now has the angle and has to go for the 1v1. Still with 45 seconds left, there's a whole lot of options, but they're getting restricted for Envy as eeiu takes down FNS. And that's the A side essentially wide open. Whoa. Caboose.
That's preemptive.
Okay, that's very preemptive to say the least. They fully expected a crossover, but instead now, Som actually spots out one over towards stairs. B side is empty. And again, with the position that this player actually had off the teleport, with the position that Caboose actually had control of. I mean, NRG, they would have had such a tough time actually making their way over towards the B site. But instead now, NRG, this round is essentially free for them if Caboose doesn't pop off. Oof.
And that won't happen against Som, man.
A great jump peek on top of the cage, by the way, to get that little bit of information. And not only that, but FNS, he's about to get into an interaction with the eeiu after he teleports into middle.
No smokes.
So, yeah, it's just so many awkward spots, really, both of these teams. And it just so happens to be that NRG is really the butt end of most of these actions. But Envy now, with almost a full rotation back over towards the B sites. 4 players here. FNS on the front lines, but crashies is going to be here to try to supplement things. The Seeker does find one, though. In goes the white swing. Still going to be able to hold down to one. Daps with one back. Caboose in the middle of a smoke. Emerges and gets himself another. Restricts things down to a 1v1. And now things are possible for Daps. He gets spotted out. Still with 40 seconds left. There goes the revival. Not even a bait. It's in a beautiful, safe position, and Daps gets revealed
30 seconds left.
from up top. He's actually trying to go for it. There goes the wide swing from FNS.
Envy, they still begin their attempt to try to retake this one and extend split even further. Check out what's going on here. Flank is in play, and Daps is here to play.
God.
There you have it. 2 kills found. That should be the final blow, at least.
It's not bad. They still got the job done, but Envy, they don't exactly have to worry about that. So instead of holding on to the A side a little bit more loosely, they actually have someone on the flank right now as we speak over towards sewers, and everyone from Envy is in mid. And when I say everyone, I mean absolutely everyone. All 5 players in mid, as everyone else for NRG spots their way right out of B main. The pistols from Envy, they're going to have to work their hardest coming into this one. Som has the first contact. eeiu with a return frag, but FNS still makes it possible. Gets one back over towards the B main area.
Huge
Infinite
kill.
still holding. Now it's a 2-on-2. One in heaven, one coming out from main. eeiu, he spots his target. Not going to be able to get the kill.
way.
FNS still takes it back. Infinite now 1v1. That wall's about to break. Food has no idea if his opponent is on the left side or the right side, but he still gets it anyways. What a flick from Food. And that's going to be the finisher for splits. Envy 13-6 over NRG. The boys of Envy have already full rotated over towards A, except for one on B, just looking out for info, and it's working out. As Envy, they've gotten full baited.
Oh my lord, what a beautiful bait it is. Camera's taken down, and that is going to begin their movement.
They gotta go, though. Look at this fast rotation.
Wait a second. Oh, they're double baiting it here. The spike is actually sitting at the bottom of C still. They have so much map control right now, Gus.
And Ito, the only reason why they're doubling back is because all of that information that the solo player over towards A is getting. Som, he heard everyone running away from the heaven area. Heard everyone
their
running
spot.
away from A main. And not only that, but he's still holding down the line. NRG, however, because of how around the world this round has been, can't exactly trust in terms of all of their players surviving. Still is a 2-on-4, but oh boy, they might as well just have a chance. They just have the positional advantage, but there's one over towards long. It's Food getting the flank in. Saw him down to low HP. Could be able to get the heal if he had enough time.
Not that teleport play at top. I actually do like this, though. Wow, NRG are just immediately pushing in. This is such a disrespect of space. And I feel like this is going to be perfect for Envy, but it doesn't seem to be working out.
I said this yesterday, NRG, they love their W key. They make their way beaming onto that C site. No issues. Again, like I said before, those HyperX keycap replacements, they have to come in so clutch every week for these guys because NRG, they love to run. They love to boot their way on. The pace is high, the momentum is good, and the confidence is still there for the boys of NRG.
Their defense, then, they are consistently mixing things up just in the early days. And, well, maybe it's only working to certain effects. mummAy immediately pops the knives here, looks to take a couple of more fights. NRG pressing W even more.
Now this is big. There you go.
Okay.
One right click, 2 kills. Why not, mummAy? He's still going through, trying to find another one, but eeiu single-handedly bringing this back to a 2v2 again. Hey, you can't really explain anything that happens in these rounds. You just gotta sit back and watch. Envy now, they have at least control of sight. With NRG, they're not really willing. Oh no, they had control, but even then, NRG, they don't exactly want to plan. I was about to say, is NRG still planning a rotation? But no, indeed not. The spike finally goes down, and Infinite takes back Food, and with the revive, G would be, but even with the plant not even going down, they're still in their post-plant positions, but oh my mummAy! Those beam through the smoke! Kaboose now spots daps as he makes his way through. Now eeiu in a 1v3. Still gonna have to take down Kaboose to really get things started, but
maybe not a dominating lead, but they definitely put themselves in a good position.
Oh no!
NRG now need to once again quicken up the pace. Kaboose is sitting back tight. He hasn't been spotted, so he'll get 2 kills, 2 massive ones at that. Envy, they still keep the dreams alive, and the numbers stay even.
And they had the idea. NRG, they wanted Shanks to be on the front lines to clear out the back left, but even then, the paranoia came at a perfect time.
Start.
So if anything now, crashies, huge shock dart, gonna be able to clear out a little bit of sight. Now it's a 1v2 going in for Som, and crashies now. Instead now, Envy, they stick up to their guns, and really, they have the advantage once again. But Som with a Guardian. Wait a minute.
They get the resurrection off for free. That's another point added to the ultimate. He's still a long way away from another Rolling Thunder, but this is the start that NRG need. Once again, the deal gets evened up, but crashies is forced to use his Hunter's Fury to try to get this back into his team's favor. Som again with the Guardian. Like he just said, he shuts me up, and everybody has been shut from NRG. A burst of color in the kill feed is a beautiful look for Envy. They get this down into a 2v1 despite Som trying to pull off some magical antics with the Guardian.
Ooh.
It doesn't look possible, it doesn't look palatable, and the impossible.
He still had 2 players looking on that area. FNS, he played perfect pivot, and now at this point, NRG, they refocus back over towards the A site, and look how many players are already here. 3 players are now invading. eeiu up in heaven, he immediately gets shut down. How is that even possible? Envy, it's like they have the perfect reads.
You know, I really like how they do these slow bursts. They try to cut noise as long as possible, and then they actually come to play. And speaking of coming to play, it's going to be Kaboose who cuts noise entirely and silences 2 players. Things are relatively muted once more as Envy. They take a dominating lead in this round as well. Only 1 player to the good, but they have more and more tools as time goes by. Interesting situation we find ourselves in once more, UpMind.
Real interesting. Hello, daps. Trying to at least throw this round off completely, but no way. No way!
Excuse
What
me?
on earth is going on? Food actually catches daps off the flank, but Infinite beams through the wall, takes down his opponent, but Food has the angle.
Executes your full-on rushes are, but If we're talking about maybe best chances, I still think cutting noise would be good for them, but a rolling thunder does the trick as well. There's our engine to push, but they have once again been cut down.
Ooh.
One kill, two
crashies.
kills for crashies. He's denied the plant as well with that shock dart. Has a recon drone. Just go ahead and scope out the situation in 4K. And thing is, Envy, no matter what, they just keep being cut down.
Wait a minute. Daps now, oh
No
my,
way.
this is a 1v4, almost pulls it off. Somehow Daps was able to make it possible. And going into this last round of the half, we have NRG back in shambles
Ego
as they
piece.
focus up over towards mid with only one back in A main. And that person in A main, he gets exposed.
I think Envy are just...
Jeez.
I mean, they just can take fights. They can afford it at this point. We're made to the close qualies, try to finish things up in style. Both teams have this same sort of mindset. It just seems overwhelmingly beautiful for Envy. I almost wanted to see the TK Hunter's Fury there, I'm not gonna lie, but dude, there's barely any time that passes in these rounds and we find ourselves in 1-on-X's.
They're still fighting this.
Of course they're gonna still fight it, man. Everyone wants a bit of a highlight play here or there. Can you deny them that, man?
He actually wants to utilize the slow orb over towards snipers, but he gets exposed early for it. It's a prime example of it, but oh my. NV, they cleanly take the B site, but NRG off the rotation back and off of the lurker. Well, this one just starts to get a little bit muddy. It's a 2v3 now. With all two in the back of sight, still waiting out for players to peek. mummAy with a good angle, but Shanks with a stellar kill, actually. Food now 1v2. Has to spot out a couple of people crossing! And Shanks has to get it in the end. You know, completely against that. They're still going to stick up to the pistols once again. They're trying to stay as economically sound as possible. And look, oh my! Rush mid from Shanks! What on earth? eeiu is the one that gets the 3 kills! You talk about a 20-second ending!
That was such good pressure, though, because as soon as he was
FNS.
tagged out by the drone, what? FNS has the gall to peek that. Unreal, and they're going for it again. Don't do that. That is so BM. Oh, that's such a... Okay, well, we found our sweet play, everybody.
Something of the sort. Som just keeps speaking out again and again.
What can he say?
Yeah, no, my brain hurts here. But even though, folks, gotta focus up because now NV, now in a 2-on-4. The post plants are relatively formal, but still with a flash out. crashies is holding down to sight. Same thing with food, but they get traded out.
It's a gamble, man. Well, not a good gamble, but it definitely was a gamble. This isn't unexpected. I mean, you'd see these the sort of 3-man stacks down long happen occasionally. It's usually more common when there's an operator in play, but again, variety is a spice of life, and it's time to be a little bit more spicy. Maybe not like that.
Like you said. This figure's still, at least for the boys of NRG.
Oh no, eeiu's pushing out already. He's going on an adventure. He doesn't find any buried treasures. No way. It's gonna get punished though. They TP'd into heaven because they got a little bit of space for free. This might be a spike plant, but I don't think it goes any further.
Of NRG with a Hunter's Fury for Envy, however, they could make some really good space over in mid, but that gets shut down immediately. Som through the smoke takes down crashies. Infinite is just on the front line, just trying to fight this back, but mummAy with a great position. Still now a 3-on-4. mummAy, mummAy just gets destroyed through the wall by daps. 2v4. Kaboose in a beautiful off-angle position. He only has 17 HP to work with. And Kaboose, 1 click. He just holds it on down, and this man is an absolute legend. Like I said, only 17 HP, and he has to do it again. No way, he does it again!
Unreal!
Kaboose with the clutch! Importantly, watch out for FNS. FNS is going to stay on the front lines over towards Garage. Has to hold it down. There's nobody here to really help him. Has to get the kill onto Som, but instead now NV down to a 1-man disadvantage. crashies on the front lines. He's going to get discombobulated by the Rolling Thunder. Still one in the back lines. Kaboose has to go for it, but daps with a pre-fire. Again, certainly taking their time, but you still have at least the rest of NV just grouping up over towards mid. And again, good molly, but it's up to half. Like you mentioned, Shanks in a great position. Still going to be Som forcing out the situation, but crashies with a double shock turn again. Oh, yes, mummAy! There you go, off the flank. Going to be able to take that one. Still has to take down the last 2. Takes down eeiu, and there's just enough time. Envy, they didn't really make too much time for themselves, and NRG had more than enough util for the post plant. So if anything, they get shambled. And now NRG on the front lines, they need to hold back Envy as they're now on pistols. And, okay, there you go. daps still over towards Garage, gonna be looking for a second good jump down. Envy now down to 2. Okay, mummAy. Everyone in Envy wants to be a hero.
No, crashies.
Oh, whoa!
Crashies,
No! Crashies, no! Still needs one more. Infinite around the corner needs to take him down. This is massive, and this is about to be an absolute war on site. Out goes Infinite. They're running back around the corner. Gonna be able to take that one. Still the spray down. Still with a second. Shanks dashing in with the knives. Still able to take down another one. Still the interactions have to come down along, and mummAy has no chance. NRG.
He's a Saudi, dude.
He full rotated over towards the C sites.
Feels like I'm watching a stream from multiple different POVs. It's a joy to watch, but at the same time, I have so many questions for what Envy's big plans are. Are they looking to innovate still? Are NRG seriously going to snatch this one away, or are Envy going to try to bring it to OT? Because they've kept this forward before, mind.
Shanks somehow still alive. He delays so much time for Kaboose. Kaboose had full idea that he was there, but now NRG, they get picked apart. As again, they make a little bit of a more scattered rotation, but Envy having full control. But this side is theirs. Envy with a man disadvantage is going to be able to get the plant down, but this one could start to get a little bit scrappy with a couple of players scattered.
Well, they know that crashies is still sitting over towards A. NRG, they definitely want to move this one up, go as quickly as possible, because they know that crashies is AWOL. Finally, he'll arrive over towards long, but look at the pressure on the spike right now. Oh, it doesn't get halfway, though. That means there's still a chance here up mine. Great shot from mummAy. Smoke on the spike as well, but there's nobody touching it. daps. Now he has to go ahead and stick the spike, get it to about halfway. Not even going to be able to get this res off. Is double OT going to happen? It isn't! crashies will finish things off for Envy. It's a 2-0 finish, and Envy, despite a little bit of a choke in that second half, will close things out cleanly.